Hey everyone, it's Jenny. I hope you're doing well today. I've got a fun video to share with you today that features how I made these 3 cards. They're all featuring goodies from the brand new Spellbinders All Aboard Christmas card kit. This is a fantastic box full of card bases and all sorts of other goodies that have tons of supplies in there. Perfect for you stashing up your Christmas and holiday cards well ahead of Christmas and the end of the year. I'm going to show you how I made all 3 of those cards, but first off I wanted to give you a close-up look at what's in the box. Obviously it features Spellbinders ideas card, just to give you some ideas of how to use what's in here. There's several bags of die cuts, and these feature kind of poinsettias, deer, tons and tons of sentiments. They're fantastic, really good for making quick and easy cards. There's these beautiful enamel dots, little specks of gold in them, and I'm going to be using them on a couple of my cards today. There's tons of card bases, at least 10 or 15 or more, matching envelopes, as well as some chipboard stickers, self-adhesive, double-sided tape, and then some more chipboard stickers with glitter on, some sentiments with glitter, self-adhesive, and some alpha letters or sticker letters in matching gold glitter, some matte and shiny red sequins, and then a pad of pattern paper, some of which have gold foiling on. You also get a bunch of cardstocks. There's glitter gold and glitter red, and then I'll give you a quick look at the cardstocks you get as well. There's some gold mirror, silver mirror foil, and some great basic looking cardstocks. And then you do get this die set. This is the theme of this box. That's a fun little toy train. It comes with a little carriage, wheels, presents, and all sorts of pieces that you can fit over the gifts to decorate them, as well as the pieces of the train itself. And you can make a train as long as you like because it's got a little carriage. So let's get started with the first card. This is the easiest one. All 3 of my cards today are going to feature pattern paper on the back. I love pattern paper, and there's some gorgeous ones in here. I like to make it a little bit more sturdy when it's on the thinner side by just backing it with some dry adhesive onto a panel of cardstock and trimming it down. All my cardstock is trimmed 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches, and then I could adhere it down onto one of the note cards from the set. That gives me a nice sturdy base on which to base the rest of my card. As I said, this is going to be the easiest and quickest card to make. It's already looking cute with this poinsettia background. I'm going to pair it with these big, bold sentiments. These are quite thick, sort of foam stickers with glitter, gold glitter throughout the sentiment that is nice scripty font. And this actually will fit on the front and sort of take up the full focal point of the card. Takes a little bit of playing around to get those letters to fit in, but you can see it works out great. And I wanted to save that corner up in the top right there to add some of the die cuts. And given this is a poinsettia background, I grabbed a couple of the poinsettias from this. This is just one bag of those die cuts. Can you believe it? There's I think 2 of each image in the bag, but there's just tons in there. You'll be making cards for forever using all of the pieces in here. I had so much left over just for making 3 cards. And I'm going to add some of those foam squares onto the back, mount it up in the top corner, and then add another layer on top. That smaller poinsettia fits just inside, and you get that nice sort of stacked dimensional look. I'm then going to add some foam squares onto the back of a sentiment, mount it over the top of the F at the bottom. And then to finish, I'm using these enamel dots. As I said, I think these are fantastic. They're slightly translucent. That gold looks like it's trapped inside, and they're really sparkly and pretty. And that literally finishes my first card. It was kind of so fast that I feel like I was cheating, but no, I definitely made this card, and it's okay sometimes if you need to do a really quick card. It's okay. So for my second card, I felt like I had to make this one a little bit more difficult. So I'm using the toy train. Couldn't resist. That die set is so cute. And the cardstock that comes in the box, I've cut it down a little bit so it fits onto my Platinum 6. And I'm using these small die cutting plates. I've recently got these. They're smaller than standard. I just wanted to use them because who doesn't love to use brand new, unadulterated die cutting plates? It's like Christmas come early, isn't it? So I've cut some of the pieces here. I'm not going to show you cutting all of them, but as you can see, I cut smaller pieces of cardstock. I've got gold mirror, I've got the brighter red, I've got that deep maroon red for the main part of the train and the carriage, and then black for the wheels. I'm also going to use bottle green for some of the pieces that you'll see a little bit later on. And I'm going to show you how I put this together for a bit of it, but it's fairly easy, self-explanatory. You've got some trim. The card that comes in the box set also shows you what the finished train looks like, so I would recommend using that as a guide. And I can't recommend enough, if you don't have one in your stash, one of these pokey tools, just to pop out some of the smaller pieces, especially those wheel spokes. Need a little bit of a helping hand to pop out. I'm using my Barely Art glue with its fine tip. It's just perfect for these tiny, tiny, tiny little pieces, and my Spellbinders tweezers. And I'm just mounting those wheels underneath that wagon and joining them together with this little mechanical piece that I've die cut from the green cardstock. Some of the dies actually are sort of stuck together, so you know, some of the trim, some of the wheel pieces, you have to cut them from the same color cardstock. Don't let that limit you. You can die cut it 2 or 3 times and just pick and choose. That's when my hand goes off screen. I've cut it a little bit, but that's me picking whether I want to use the green or the gold. And this is a quick look at what the finished train looks like. You can, as I say, do several of those little carriages and make your card super long if you want to. Super fun. I did also cut some of those bows from gold mirror cardstock and the glitter cardstock to die cut those little presents and the Christmas ornament that I'm going to pop into the back of my carriage. I'm mounting both the train and the carriage with foam tape, and even though you've used all those squares out of your foam square set, you can still use the rest of it. I just like to cut it up with some scissors and add that to the back. It's the excess, don't waste it. And then I'm going to pop those gifts and ornaments into the back of my carriage with my tweezers. Now to just add a little dimension, I used some more foam squares. These were not in the set, but they're thinner, and that way I can add dimension, but at a different sort of level. You can also add 1 or 2 layers of the foam squares to get those different levels. To finish, I'm going to use one of these chipboard stickers. This one is in navy and gold, and it matches the pattern paper that I've pulled from the set. I'm just going to pop that behind the train and then add a few of the gold glitter squares. And then to finish, I'm digging into my stash. This was not in the kit, and using some gold metallic paint just splattered here and there for some extra sparkle. And that finishes my second card. This train does take a little while to pull together, but it's worth it in the end, I think you'll agree. Really fun. My third card, and this is my last card, I'm going for layering. I'm just going to layer all over the front of this card. I'm using all the pink pieces. So I wanted to go kind of, okay, I've just done a toy train and it was navy. I'm now going to go pink. And I just picked all the pieces out from the die cuts bag that had pink in them. And you'll see that even though that tag had a sentiment on it, I'm covering it up with a different sentiment. So the trick to layering is tucking behind, using more than one layer of foam tape, different layers of foam tape, and I also use some of my glue as well just to adhere directly onto that background. And then to finish off, I popped in some more of those chipboard stickers in and around the gaps and some of the enamel dots for good measure, just to add a little bit more sparkle and fun. And that finishes my third card. Just a quick one off camera, I did add a little bit of silver twine and a bow over the top of that tag as an afterthought, but I didn't record it. You can head on over to my blog for more close-up photos, and below in the description box I've provided a link, as well as a link over to the Spellbinders store where you can pick up the card kit. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, I'd love it if you'd give me a thumbs up, drop me a comment, I'd love to hear what you thought, and if you don't already, I'd love it if you subscribe to my channel. Have a wonderful day. Bye.